Justin, just just being back, how do you feel? I'm sure there might be some rust, but how do you feel in terms with the hamstring and going into tonight?
Yeah, feeling good. Been going through a lot of tests. Spent a lot of time in the training room trying to get back, get ready, and excited to be back out there tonight.
The playoff format was official today. Just what are your thoughts on that?
Um, yeah, we're just like everyone. I think we're still kind of reading through everything and seeing what's what and what's allowed and not allowed. Um, but once we dig through it, I'll be able to answer those questions better. So we're having a meeting here in a few minutes to kind of go over everything in it.
Does that include sort of the quarantine situation with families and all that? I know you there was a report out there and you spoke up and kind of let your feelings know about that.
Yeah, I think as of right now, at least the players, from what I'm hearing, will be able to have their families in the hotel bubble. But like I said, there's a lot of details that we haven't gotten to see. I've only seen some kind of like outlines and summaries of what's going on. So we got to dig into it a little bit more.
Cool. Thank you.
Next question is from Dave Assay. Go ahead.
Hey, Justin, since you've been out, just curious your thoughts on the way the team has played and how you believe you guys can get better before the playoffs start.
Yeah, I still think we're playing good baseball. I think, we're still winning games, and there's never a feeling of satisfaction in our clubhouse, no matter how good or bad we're playing. I think I show up every day and try to get better and trying to improve their game individually. And, we're just going to continue to do that every day.
A lot of people notice the energy that the Padres play with. Is it unfair to compare them to you guys, or would you like to see more energy from your dugout, or do you believe there's enough?
Yeah, energy is a byproduct, I think, of offense, really. So when we're scoring runs and everything's going good, it's fine. But I think if you look at any team who isn't scoring runs, it's easy to be like, oh, well, they don't have energy, they're flat. So just got to find a way to continue to put together good ABs, try to get on the board early. We've been outstanding at scoring runs late in games. Just need to figure out a way to try to throw some cricket numbers up earlier in the games.
Thanks, Justin.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead, Bill.
Justin, we were just talking to Dave, and he kind of agreed that the postseason format doesn't really incentivize winning a division. What do you think about that and the idea of, playing in a neutral site for 3 rounds?
Yeah, there's not really an advantage other than I think the very first round, the wild card round, all 3 games will be played in the top 4 seeds home park. But other than that, that's pretty much the only advantage. So I guess all I can say about that is it's another 2020 thing, right?
There's also a report out there that MLB is going to ask players not to celebrate with champagne and to keep it a social distancing in mind, even when celebrating. How difficult do you think that's going to be?
It's very difficult. I think, clinching anything is something that's very worth celebrating. And you don't know how many times you're going to have the opportunity to clinch a playoff berth, a division, moving on to the next round of the playoffs. So again, for the young guys, same thing. They didn't get to have their family and friends on their first opening day, and then now possibly getting a celebration kind of taken away from them, I think is kind of brutal. It's something that, we don't take lightly. We appreciate everything and understand how hard it is to win and clinch and move forward in this game. And it's something that we all want to celebrate and, spend that time with each other, because we all know that sacrifices and the time and the effort that we put into getting to that point.
Next question is from Alden Gonzalez. Go ahead.
Hey, Justin, this is kind of an offbeat question, but because of the way the playoffs are structured, there's going to be a lot of American League players who are obviously going to be playing really meaningful games at Dodger Stadium. And a lot of those guys are going to be playing there for the first time. What would you tell them about just what it's like playing at Dodger Stadium and what to expect coming in here that might be different from other ballparks?
I mean, honestly, that's the furthest away from things that I'm worried about in the playoffs. They'll be just fine. They're grown men. They know how to play on the road. I love Dodger Stadium. I think it's the best stadium in baseball, and I would tell them good luck and have fun and enjoy it.
Is there just anything that might be different about just the way the ball carries here in October, or the way the ball plays off the infield, the sight lines, or anything like that?
I mean, it's just like any other road stadium they go to. There's different dimensions and different little intricacies about every stadium. So I'm sure they'll get accustomed to it really fast.
You got time for one more. Go ahead, Eric.
Justin, one of the quirks of the playoff schedule this year is no off days in series. So do you think that's any specific advantage to you guys, either as an offense or for your pitching staff?
If anything, I'd say it would be an advantage to the depth of our starting pitching. Obviously, you're not going to be able to just roll through the playoffs with only 3 pitchers unless you sweep every series, really. And even then, you're going to have to use more than 3 starters. So we like all of our starters. We have a lot of depth in our starting rotation, and I think that bodes well for us in this format.
Thanks.